Hi, welcome to the July edition of the Marine Professional, your magazine from the IMarEST. In the lead story for this month's edition, we look at how onshore control centres are able to offer a centralised base from which to troubleshoot an entire fleet. This is really fantastic. It's cutting-edge technology and is not only going to bring business rewards, but also sets the stage for eventual automation of shipping. In this month's interview section, we talk to Herman Klein of the Offen Group about his fleet and about how he sees the industry going forward. Now, you probably remember him from his time with Germanischer Lloyd when he predicted the onset of slow steaming. In this particular interview, he talks about the future of shipyards, and I think it's a really interesting concept, especially given the uncertainty in the financial markets at the moment, which is trickling down to shipping. In this edition, we also take a hard look at emissions. Now, many of you would remember that when we talked about emission control areas, and in fact special emission control areas, people were really worried that this was going to strongly affect shipping and lead to a modal shift to truck and road transportation. However, this has not happened, and we explore the reasons that the sector has actually been quite successful. We also look at the MRV. Our industry reporter Inez has also written a fantastic article about training, where we explore how simulators are able to connect theory to practical experience and keep your crew up to date with standards. It's a particularly interesting topic to explore in this financial climate when people are perhaps cutting back on investment and how training is actually a long-term investment that should reap rewards for your company. A really interesting feature that I think you would enjoy is our in-depth look at the expeditions underway by the RSS James Cook. Now, in the wake of the Boaty McBoaty face incident, which has actually brought a lot of attention to the marine science world and to the efforts that NERC has, I think it's fantastic to look at some of the expeditions that they're on and what they're doing. So this is a really interesting article that I personally enjoyed reading. Another article that I think might be of interest is on paints and coatings. In this particular case, Intertanker shed some light on what owners should be looking for when they apply different paints and coatings. And we also look at we do a little roundup of news from individual manufacturers, not the least of which is the EU-funded eShark project, which I think is really fascinating and should be due, I think, for a market launch in 2018. In this month's Marine Murmurs, we asked the question, what would be necessary for a crowdfunding model to find its footing in the shipping and offshore industries, which is our discussion question. And our poll question is, do vessels currently in service need a digital engineer on board? Now, we invite you to respond to these questions by emailing us at marine@caspianmedia.com, or if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter, there will be a link there. If you haven't heard of our weekly newsletter, of course, we encourage you to subscribe. It's completely free of charge, and it will have a roundup of everything marine coming straight through to your inbox. We hope that you enjoyed this edition of the magazine as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for you, and we look forward to seeing you next month.